Hey, hi, hello, my name is Jupiter and welcome to my corner of the internet. Today I will be going back and giving you my thoughts on the debuts of last year, this time focusing on March. So March was a big month for comebacks last year with a bunch of groups having comebacks. I think especially notable was Idol with their first comeback since their reconfiguration. There was Cherry Bullet with their first comeback post Girls Planet. Stray Kids released Maniac, which at the time of writing this is well on its way to being one of my top K-pop releases from 2022. But in terms of debut, a lot less. However, less debuts does not mean they are worse, so we can get into that real soon. But before we take off, let's get a couple of reminders in. Thing 1. This is a big long project that took a lot of time, so please don't assume that I sat down and watched all of these videos in a day-long binge. I would simply cease to exist. I would die. So instead, videos were watched in about month-long batches, so that views on review day is reflecting that day in the past that I watched them. The MV counts are there more for scale to see how well known a song is. They're not there to be accurate. My reviews are also based off of my first time listening to the song, so there's a chance that a song has grown on me or it's faded out of my memory. I'm going to be keeping my reviews pretty close to how I felt when I listened to them to the first time. I'm very loosely attempting to keep hindsight out of the way. It might get a little in the way. I'm not being too strict with myself here. Additionally, if I listened to a song before the day I formally reviewed it, there's a little asterisk there, so you know that I heard the song before, because me hearing the song before may or may not lead to some bias about it, so that asterisk is your tiny grain of salt to take with you as you're listening to my review. And finally, probably the most important, music is subjective. This video is based on opinions. I am just a person who likes music and K-pop culture, and my rankings are made exclusively on my opinions. They are not law. If I like something you don't like, and you like something that I don't, I'm totally cool with that. And if that's going to bother you, you can leave now, because I understand we're really attached to our idols, and sometimes people's opinions feel personal even when they're not. We don't have to agree, and I'm okay with that. Going forward, I need you to be too. Alright, that's it. Exposition done. Let's rock it. Onwards into March 2022. Here comes bad news. Tempest, bad news. I am simply charmed by these boys, and I can't exactly put my finger on why, but the song, it is cute and it's upbeat, and I love this big booming brass that permeates through the whole song. It's so playful. I love this use of a debut song as an introduction song, and this really fun, oh no, here comes trouble, here comes bad news. Like, it's almost like that dad joke of, who let you in here, big guy? But instead, it's a funky and colorful K-pop song. This one is great. It's a 10 out of 10 in my book. Euijin, the 8th Spring. So this is a former CNEMA member, if you keep up with them at all. I think that the song is a really nice, easy listening song. The instrumental is super nice. Those guitars are carrying the weight of the song. They do it really effortlessly. As a whole viewing experience, I like how this music video has a plot and it's easy to follow. I like watching it all come together. And as much as I enjoyed the song though, I don't anticipate it getting stuck in my head or following me in the way other songs do. I don't have a lot to say about this song, so overall, 5 out of 10. Tan, do do do. This is a very smooth feeling song, and I'm a big fan of it. Like, when I click into a boy group song that has these sets that are mostly dark and neon lights, I prepare myself for like a really heavy noise music song. And I'm not against those, there's just a lot of them on the market, and they have to be well done. But because it's so smooth, and the chorus is an anti-drop, pretty sure. I'm not always good at picking up on those, but the chorus has a little less energy than the verses, and it leaves me feeling like I want a little more from it, like I wanted more energy for it to pop. Like, I don't know if this anti-drop worked all the way. I also think the transition to the bridge caught me a little off guard as well, since it's a rap-based bridge. However, I do love the rapper's flow in the verses, though. He fits right into that silky texture that the song has going. Overall, I would listen to this song again. I think I would actively like to listen to this song again. Strong debut, 8 out of 10.
Feeling like a Voyager, 자유로워 뜨겁던 내 삶에 여유로운 잊고 있던 떨림 I can feel it 꿈꿔왔던 paradise so beautiful.
Kihyun, Voyager. This song is exactly my style. It's got the strong guitar that gives it that pop rock kind of sound, a catchy hook in the chorus. It lets the lines flow into one another in the chorus, but in the verses it's got a bouncy staccato rhythm going. I really wish I could tell you what is keeping this song from being a perfect 10. I cannot put my finger on it. Maybe a longer verse? I don't know. I feel like I'm nitpicking because I like it so much. This is a 9 out of 10. Fantastic song.
Gonna keep you on your tippy toes. Gonna keep you on your tippy toes. That's the way it goes. Gonna keep you on your tippy toes.
XG, Tippy Toes. I am going to be looking forward to see what this group does, because as it stands, I'm super intrigued by this song. It's weird, but it's weird in a good way. That ah-ta-ta-ta-ta hook, like, it's really catchy, and it's got this minimalist sound just to the whole song, and that makes it really different from a lot of other releases. I would have liked a stronger chorus, because right now it's just blending into the rest of the song, but I like the verses a lot. I was also really surprised that this was an English track, and I'm extra surprised that the lyricism is not bad, even though it's in English. That's sometimes iffy in certain songs. It's kind of full of trendy buzzwords, but I feel like they've used them properly, so I'm not too annoyed by it. It's not raising all the normal red flags that using English words in Korean songs is sometimes. So this is a tentative 7 out of 10. This song has piqued my interest.
세상을 향해 펼쳐봐 wave 지구저 끝까지 헤엄쳐 달리며 빛과 구름 경계선 수평선을 뒤집어.
CNEMA, Moby Dick. I really like this song. Their four voices are really distinct from one another, which is a great quality for a group, and a few of them have a gritty or kind of husky tone, and I love it. And I love the balances with the electric guitar and the drums. I love that these are real instruments. It is a good time. Biggest complaint is that this song ends really suddenly and it feels incredibly unresolved. 9 out of 10.
Call you on my universe. You light it up my city of the day and night. 아마들은 넌 같은 별에서 나의 새벽에 나타나 내 꿈의 새벽.
NINE.i, Parallel Universe. This is a good song, and I think it has a good video. I really enjoy this cute cosmic concept they've got going, but I can't pick out anything that makes this song different from any other song out there. I feel like I've heard this song before. And in this case, I'm not meaning that in a complimentary way, the way I'll sometimes say a song sounds familiar, and for that reason I like it. It's not that every song out there has to be incredible and original. I can pretty comfortably admit that I know at the heart of K-pop, it's a bunch of producers in a studio figuring out what sound they need to make their idols sell a lot of albums. But for this song, I don't think I'm going to be thinking about it a lot after this review ends. I don't feel anything after listening to it besides, oh, that was a nice song. So I'm going to go with a neutral 5 on this one, 5 out of 10. And with that, folks, we have reached the end of another month of debuts. Welcome to the month recap. So, we only had 7 debuts that I could find this month, but I'm going to skip right to the ranking because on average it is an astounding 7.6. This was a really good month for music that I like. So out of those 7 artists, we had 5 group debuts, with only 1 girl group debuting. But we had 4 boy groups debut, which is more than any other month thus far. We're pretty early to the month, but I think it's interesting how big a difference that is. I wonder how that timing worked out. And we also only had 2 soloists this month, with 1 male and 1 female soloist. And when they were reviewed, the artist who wins the most viewed MV is Tempest, and Euijin had the least viewed video. And in terms of favorites, the stats look pretty similar as well, with Euijin and NINE.i having my least favorite debuts, though being at the bottom of the pile with a 5 I think is kind of incredible. And then my favorite debut was Tempest, and I have to give a big shout out here to CNEMA and Kihyun because they were really, really close. Those are songs I'm going to keep listening to here. And with that, that's all I've got for you today. So looking forward, I think April is going to be a slightly longer video again. It's got a closer to February amount of debuts to work through, and then May is probably going to be shorter again. If you are curious why I'm spacing these by months, the original plan was not to do that actually. It was going to be make one ridiculously long video that was going to cover the entirety of the year. And then halfway through working on my January video, my computer started wheezing. And I figured it was going to be a lot easier with the resources I have for me to organize it by month and keep these to smaller files. So if you have any investment in my rambling, that's what to expect for the next couple of videos. And also, if you have any investment in my rambling, thank you. It makes me really, really happy to have you hanging out here with me. But, we're at the end of our video for today, so until the next one, my fellow K-pops and cosmic bodies, may our paths intertwine again, and I'll see you then. Peace!